The movie picks up where the first movie ended, with the duel between Paul and Jamis that ends on Jamis' death and Paul's victory, after which Paul and Jessica head out towards the Sietch along with Stilgar and other Fremen. After getting Arrakis back, Baron Harkonnen places his older nephew, Glossu Beast Rabban, as its ruler. The Baron assigns Rabban to rule the planet Arrakis for a time in the most brutal manner possible. This move leaves Emperor Shaddam IV silent. As Princess Irulan Corrino, daughter of Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV, clandestinely documents the events unfolding on Arrakis, she ponders the possibility of Paul Atreides' survival, despite the devastating blow dealt to House Atreides by their bitter adversaries, House Harkonnen. Meanwhile, in the harsh desert world of Arrakis, Paul is asleep and has a vision of his sisters being convinced in their mother's womb. Paul talks to her about their father's death and his fear that he will not be able to fix things before her birth. To establish complete control over the planet, Rabban's soldiers were looking for the Fremen, and they arrived at the northern side, where Paul and the Fremen were present. Stilgar's Fremen warriors, accompanied by Paul and his mother, Lady Jessica, successfully overcome a Harkonnen patrol, displaying their formidable skills in combat. They very cleverly kill the soldiers, extract the moisture from their bodies, and feed them to the giant sandworms. Seeing his troops disappear like this makes Rabban very angry. His advisor advises him to take it easy and rest a little, but this only irritates the brutish Rabban. Rabban beats the advisor and repeatedly slams his head on the table before angrily ordering his army to find and kill his adversaries. Stilgar, along with Jessica and Paul, arrive at the Sietch Tabor, a subterranean community of the Fremen. As Jessica and Paul arrive at Sietch Tabor, tensions arise among the desert dwellers. Some Fremen suspect the newcomers are spies sent by their enemies, while others, including Stilgar, see signs predicted by prophecy. These signs suggest that a mother and son from the outer world will play a pivotal role in shaping the destiny of Arrakis, bringing about a new era of prosperity for its people. The Fremen's core community gathers to decide Paul's fate, and the consensus is that Paul should be sent to the desert, where his fate will be decided by the desert, but they do not take any decision regarding Jessica. Paul wants to reach the Emperor with the help of Fremen, and wants to take revenge for his father. Stilgar calls Jessica to talk alone, and takes her to a cave that is filled with water. Stilgar confides in Jessica that Sietch Tabor's Reverend Mother is very old and is about to die, and he wishes for her to succeed as the Reverend Mother. Jessica informs Paul about this and tells him that for this purpose, she will get the memories of all the previous Reverend Mothers. But along with that, she will also inherit all of their pain and sorrows. As Stilgar entrusts Jessica with the daunting task of succeeding Sietch Tabor's Reverend Mother, he reveals the perilous ritual that awaits her: drinking the water of life, a deadly poison for males and the untrained. Jessica is taken to their Reverend Mother, and she is given the water of life to drink. Jessica drinks it, and she starts to suffer, but drawing upon her Bene Gesserit training, she deftly transmutes the poison, defying its lethal effects and embarking on a transformative journey. Outside, Paul learns that Chani and her companion Fremen believe that Paul being the Messiah is just a superstition of southern Fremen. He asks then why Stilgar is believing it, and learn that Stilgar is also from south. The Reverend Mother smiles, noticing that Jessica is pregnant, and the water of life has prematurely awakened the mind of her unborn baby. Ingesting the water of life, Jessica undergoes a profound metamorphosis, inheriting the memories and wisdom of countless female ancestors in her lineage. Empowered by this newfound reservoir of knowledge, Jessica establishes a profound connection with her unborn daughter, Aaliyah, whose nascent consciousness is prematurely awakened by the potent elixir. Together, mother and daughter forge a bond, united in their shared purpose to navigate the intricate web of prophecy and destiny that envelops Arrakis. Despite initial skepticism from some within Sietch Tabor, Jessica and Aaliyah resolve to champion the prophecy, seeking to sway the more cautious northern Fremen to their cause. Chani, initially distrustful of the prophecy and its potential manipulation, finds herself gradually drawn to Paul's sincerity and humility. Moved by his declaration to fight alongside the Fremen rather than seize dominion over them, Chani begins to reevaluate her stance, recognizing the depth of Paul's commitment to their shared struggle. As Paul immerses himself in Fremen culture, his bond with Chani deepens into a profound love, transcending the boundaries of their disparate origins. Embracing the traditions and rituals of the desert people, Paul undergoes a transformative journey, shedding his former identity to embrace the mantles of Usul and Muad'Dib. With each passing day, he grows more adept at navigating the harsh terrain of Arrakis, mastering the art of riding sandworms and honing his skills as a formidable Fedaykin fighter. Together with his Fremen brethren, Paul participates in daring raids against the Harkonnen spice operations, striking blows against their oppressive rule. These actions draw the ire of Baron Harkonnen, who seeks to quell the growing insurgency on Arrakis. In a ruthless bid to maintain control, the Baron replaces his inept nephew Rabban with the cunning and ruthless Feyd-Rautha, unleashing a wave of brutality upon the desert landscape. Meanwhile, Lady Margot Fenring, a skilled operative of the Bene Gesserit, is dispatched to assess Feyd-Rautha's suitability as a potential Kwisatz Haderach, the prophesied superhuman being. Tasked with seducing Feyd-Rautha to secure his genetic lineage, Lady Margot treads a perilous path, navigating the treacherous corridors of power with cunning and guile. Behind the scenes, Gaius Helen Mohiam, the Reverend Mother of the Bene Gesserit, confides in Princess Irulan, revealing her role in advising the Emperor to orchestrate the annihilation of House Atreides, stating that they had become too defiant. As Jessica travels south to form alliances with Fremen fundamentalists who fervently believe in the prophecy, Paul remains in the north, struggling with the weight of his fate. Haunted by visions of a holy war and the potential consequences of embracing his role as a messiah, Paul wrestles with his inner turmoil while navigating the intricate web of political intrigue that surrounds him. In a poignant reunion, Paul crosses paths with Gurney Halleck, who leads him to the hidden atomic stockpile of House Atreides. As they contemplate their next move, tragedy strikes Siege Tabr when Feyd-Rautha launches a ruthless assault, leaving Paul and the surviving Fremen with no choice but to embark on a perilous journey southward. Amidst the chaos and bloodshed, Shishakli valiantly remains behind, sacrificing herself in the face of Feyd-Rautha's onslaught. Her selfless act serves as a grim reminder of the sacrifices made in the name of freedom and resistance against tyranny. Upon reaching their destination, Paul undergoes a transformative ritual, drinking the water of life to gain deeper insights into the mysteries of the universe. However, his actions provoke anger and concern, particularly from Chani. Jessica forces Chani to wake him up by mixing her tears with the liquid. In the wake of this profound experience, Paul's understanding of his own lineage is irrevocably altered. He gains clarity about his heritage, discovering the truth about his mother's lineage and his dual identity as both an Atreides and a Harkonnen. In a bold display of leadership and unity, Paul defies the southern Fremen leader's call to challenge Stilgar for leadership. Instead, he chooses to assert his authority by revealing his extraordinary ability to perceive the thoughts of others, solidifying his status as the prophesied Lisan al-Gaib. This revelation resonates deeply with the fundamentalist factions, who rally behind Paul with unwavering support. Embracing his role as the chosen leader, Paul issues a bold challenge to Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV himself, summoning him to Arrakis to face the consequences of his actions. Accompanied by his retinue, including Princess Irulan and Reverend Mother Mohiam, Shaddam arrives on Arrakis, unaware of the impending storm that awaits him. As Shaddam convenes with the Harkonnens, the Fremen launch a meticulously orchestrated military assault, unleashing the full force of their formidable arsenal, including atomics and the legendary sandworms of the desert. In a stunning display of prowess and determination, the Fremen warriors overpower the elite Sardaukar troops, turning the tide of battle in their favor. Amidst the chaos and carnage, Paul confronts the treacherous Baron Vladimir Harkonnen, dispatching him with righteous fury. With the Harkonnen threat neutralized, Paul seizes control of the situation, taking Shaddam and his retinue captive and asserting his dominance over the fate of Arrakis. Meanwhile, Gurney Halleck, ever loyal to House Atreides, intercepts and confronts the fleeing Rabban, exacting swift justice for the atrocities committed against their people. Despite Chani's reservations and dismay, Paul boldly challenges Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV for the imperial throne, driven by a sense of duty and destiny. In a daring move, Paul demands Princess Irulan's hand in marriage as a condition for sparing Shaddam's life and solidifying his claim to the throne. As tensions escalate and long-held secrets come to light, Shaddam confesses to his role in orchestrating the destruction of House Atreides, acknowledging the injustices perpetrated against Paul's family. The arrival of the great houses in orbit adds further complexity to the unfolding drama, as the fate of Arrakis hangs in the balance. With unwavering determination, Paul asserts his authority and issues a stern ultimatum, threatening to unleash the destructive power of atomics upon the vital spice fields if the great houses dare to intervene in the conflict. Faced with the prospect of devastating consequences, the assembled leaders are forced to consider their next moves carefully. In a dramatic turn of events, Shaddam selects his nephew, Feyd-Rautha, as his champion to face Paul in a knife duel. With the fate of the Empire hanging in the balance, Paul confronts Feyd-Rautha in a fierce and decisive battle, ultimately emerging victorious and claiming victory over his opponent. With the battle won and his authority firmly established, Paul negotiates a crucial concession from Irulan, securing her agreement to marriage on the condition that her father's life is spared. In a poignant moment of submission and acknowledgement, Shaddam kneels before Paul and symbolically kisses his signet ring, signifying the transfer of power and the dawn of a new era under Paul's rule. In a bold move to solidify his authority, Paul Atreides commands the Fremen to launch an attack on the orbiting fleet of the Great Houses. Led by Stilgar, the Fremen board the captured Sardaukar ships, ready to confront the forces opposing Muad'Dib's rule. For Jessica and Aaliyah, this marks the initiation of what they perceive as Muad'Dib's holy war, a significant turning point in their struggle for dominance. However, amidst the chaos and conflict, Chani, Paul's beloved, is unable to reconcile her feelings with the path Paul has chosen. Heartbroken and unwilling to submit to Paul's authority, she decides to depart alone on a sandworm, symbolizing her detachment from the unfolding events and her personal journey away from the man she loves. The movie ends here.